Welcome, folks, to an edition of our Lean Canvas. We are tackling the problem that it's hard to identify things you don't need.
Did you say
Today,
we're tickling?
we're tickling this problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're tickling it. And the reason we're tickling it is we both keep running into this problem. Like, I moved across the country, and I wish I had had a better way to identify things I didn't need to bring with. And Neil, you're just generally frustrated. Neil keeps buying video games he doesn't like. And
Yeah, I buy video games and realize I don't like video games, and then I wait about 4 months and repeat the process.
yeah, because it's hard to identify, like, yeah, I really don't need video games, like, consistently over time. Um, yeah, so that's kind of what we're trying to explore here. And so what kind of really kicked this off, though, was Neil worked at a manufacturing company, and they used the
The red tag system.
red tag system, where if they saw something wasn't being used, they'd tag it with a red post-it note and move it to a location. And then if no one picked it up and used it within, like 2 weeks, then it went away.
Yeah. So basically, anything in the red tag zone was free for use. So if
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh, my chair is uncomfortable and there's a chair in there, you would just, swap your chair or whatever. Anything was sort of free for use, and then it gave permission to get rid of things if it was there for too long.
Yeah, which I think is a pretty good system. And then I don't even know what my system is now. I guess I have a drawer of
Well,
things I maybe need.
I think a lot of
I
times
don't know.
it's a batched process where it's you
You're right.
move or it's spring cleaning, but besides that you just accumulate.
Yeah, you're right. And I mean, most homes don't have the space to have, I don't live in a manufacturing facility that has like a place to put lots of things while I'm not sure what to do with them, you
I
know?
think it'd be interesting to force you to do that, or force yourself to do that. I think I would very quickly take things to light. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah, yeah. Um, our solution is bringing some type of tagging system that integrates with your phone, like phone compatible tagging. So, super down the road, this could be like AR. You like mark things for with a red tag via AR. It could be a QR code that you put on items. It could be an RFID tag. We're trying to keep it really general here, but basically some way of indicating that something is like on the hot seat without having to move it to a specified location. And then what's nice about these kind of tags is you can then attach metadata like um, decide by this date, or purchased for this reason. Now I've changed my mind, or things like that.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, unique value proposition. This is a hard one because I don't really feel like there's a great existing system out there. Like
Mm-hmm.
I have a hard time figuring out what we're competing with.
Yeah, no, I don't really know what we're competing with either.
Because it doesn't feel like we're competing with really any real products. We're competing with some systems, but
Yep.
so maybe the unique value proposition is like continuous.
Well, I think the UVP it allows you to stand against like rampant consumerism without totally buying into like the weird minimalist people who just have one piece of furniture in their entire house.
Minimalism.
Yes.
It's minimally invasive minimalism.
Yeah.
Minimalism for the rest of us. Right?
Yeah.
I like that. It's like minimalism for the masses. Okay. Um, I'm ready to rate on that.
Yeah, I give it a 1.
I agree. Unfair advantage. I struggle here a little bit because
Just use
really,
your everything, small niche.
I don't think it's a small niche though. I think a lot of
Untapped
people have,
potential. Oh.
because like think about Marie Kondo. Like think about how many books that woman has sold. Like this
Mhm.
is like people are thinking about this, and there are the existing solutions are just systems, not
Well,
products.
it's yeah,
And like maybe the first mover advantage, maybe I
but
think the unfair advantage would have to be,
it's the digitization of it,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
There's plenty of methodologies and books and blogs and this or that, but it's yeah,
Okay, I am ready to rate that.
yeah.
What do
I
you
give it
think?
a 1.
I agree. Um, Customer segments, like I think there's a lot like Marie Kondo customers, digital like minimalists.
Mhm.
I think like, oh, I'm trying to think of like how.
It'd be interesting to you could like focus on people who like Facebook marketplace users,
Mm.
right? And it's like, oh, find things you want to sell.
Oh, it's like an inventory. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Oh, there's a
because
lot
for
going
a
on.
lot of these people it's like, oh, you don't want this, okay, send it to Goodwill. But those users, they
I think big city apartments, like I know it sounds counterintuitive, but like when you have limited space, like it starts to matter. Like my parents just have lots of places to put things,
yeah.
and they don't need to think about it really, which is a bummer actually
But
for them.
is that
But
the is that the kind of people we want?
oh, you're right. Yeah.
Right? We want the people who, if you have to think about it, you're already thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Empty nesters really. Like too much home. Like people who have too big of a home relative to their
Mhm.
size. Wow, that's really packed. Early adopters.
I think actually the Facebook marketplace users would be the easiest
Yeah,
because they would see the value in it.
that could be really interesting because then you can start to integrate some like pricing stuff and
Yep. Yep. And then you
um
have a very easy defined channel. If yes, questionable, but
I know Facebook sucks, but um what about like so Facebook ads I think are a really easy pitch.
yeah.
And then I think like newsletter ads. Like let's buy an ad in the Marie Kondo
Oh yeah, yeah.
newsletter. Let's, buy an ad in a digital minimalist podcast or something.
Yep.
Um okay, I am ready to rate that one. I think. Hold on, yeah, I'm ready to rate it.
Yeah. I give it a 1.
I'm gonna give it a 2. I actually think that Facebook Marketplace is very, very targeted.
Yeah.
Um and high quality, like cost structure, like physical inventory, like
Um Oh, yeah.
Of
If
RFIDs, like we're gonna sell
RFID or yeah.
potentially app development,
Hmm.
like shipping, not really, and then I guess advertising,
Hmm.
which is surprisingly expensive.
Hmm.
Revenue streams like D2C. Um,
I think um like especially with the Facebook marketplace users, if you provide good integration and say, hey, this is how much
mm,
this, you know, you can very easily
start to really, yeah, sell that.
provide value to them.
Oh yeah, like just think about if that integrates with some pricing tool they have, like you can scan your items and you have a priced inventory of your stuff. Like,
Yeah, I mean, if I had, you know, it's like, oh shoot, I bought another, game and I could, it's like, it's like, oh, you can sell that for, this, and you can sell the entire system for this. It's like, oh, look at that. I can very easily recoup a
boom,
lot of that cost.
yeah, yeah. So really, this is like a personal inventory management,
Hmm.
which I'm gonna write that down because I think that's a useful moniker. So really, it's not minimum. It's inventory management.
Yeah.
Kind of turning your home into a store, but whatever. I'll overlook that uh, reach of capital into the home. All right, what do you think? I know my vote here.
I give it a 1.
I agree. Brings us, this one passes. I'm actually kind of excited about this now. This is actually a pretty, much more interesting even than I anticipated. What is that, a
Yeah.
4.5?
Yeah. 44. Um, Question, because this relates to the how often do you think of it app, and that
Oh,
what is the right? Because it's how often do you think of it post hoc,
oh,
right?
yeah, yeah. So this is like this is like an extension of like this is how often you think of it after you've purchased it, right?
Yeah.
What are you getting at there?
Just wondering if builds will intersect.
Yeah. Could we connect these in some way? Yeah, that's an interesting idea. That's exciting because I've wanted
And
to pick that
another
idea up.
um solution would just be like automatic tracking, or some way to,
Oh, oh,
so it's like you track your day, so then it's like, oh, I played on my Switch for 2 hours.
what if you just track your purchases?
Yeah.
So what if instead of doing an RFID tag, you just have like that's
Yeah,
another do
and then
this.
that
Yeah.
connects with the
How often you think about it app.
well, and the reminders app,
Oh,
where you could just have, new purchases, you get a reminder, automatically after, a certain, a set amount of, or a, set duration. And
oh, Neil, that's a big deal. This is the process at work here, folks. This is how it ideally pops off.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that merits more thinking. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Hmm. This has backlinks. What is this linked to? Oh, money is intangible, and it's an unscored problem.
Yep.
Yeah. Uh, Well, folks, thank you for joining us. I keep an eye on this one. This will be interesting to see. Yeah. All right. Take care.